My father never let us spend money on things like nice clothes or brand names. So when everyone wore Levi's, I wore Lee's. And when the cool kids sported MC Hammer pants, I rubber banded the ankles of my pajama bottoms. And when everyone, and I do mean everyone, came to school in their new white Keds, I was the only one to rock Neds. They were $10 cheaper and sold at your local drugstore. If only someone had given me an allowance and a gay older brother, I might have been a lipstick lesbian sooner. I felt like a loser, a freak, and nowhere was it more apparent than at Temple Beth Shalom Day Camp in Roslyn, Long Island. While Mom and I would screech into the parking lot in our maroon Caprice Classic with the cloth roof falling down and the bumper held up by duct tape and fishing line, the other kids would be dropped off in their dad's black BMWs and Mercedes, the ones with the little symbol on the top and the seat belts that moved back and forth of their own accord. I begged to take the bus. And even more intimidating was the way they dressed. Each girl looking cooler than the next in their Umbro shorts, their stick-straight hair, and their crisp, white, Big Johnson t-shirts that said something like, "It's not how you ride the waves, it's the size of your Johnson that counts." I'd sit beside the kickball field in my mismatched tube socks and frizzy hair, wondering what it was like to be them, or be really, really close to them. To escape the reminder of the girl I could never be, I traveled across the country to LA in search of big dreams and more grounded people. But what you resist persists, and the past caught up with me. I had just arrived in town and I was lost. What the fuck was a freeway? And so, like at every other major turning point in my life, I sought a good therapist. I went to one of those sliding scale places that charged $31 a session and fixed me up with someone named Veronica. Veronica Bloomenfeld. She's really cool, they assured me. You'll love her. Perfect, I thought. Someone with whom I could share my deepest secrets. Someone maternal who would listen to me without judgment and accept me just as I was. This is going to be great. So I walked in for my appointment, and standing before me with stick-straight hair, a blinding white shirt, and True Religion jeans was Veronica Bloomenfeld, 30, jappy, and perfect. You have got to be kidding me. I could barely focus. She was everything I tried to get away from, but could never be. I wanted to smell her, kiss her, kill her. She must live in a mansion with her banker boyfriend and her Mercedes-Benz and her Umbro shorts. And she was beautiful and sexy, and I wanted her to be my best friend and my sister and my wife all at once. Can you marry your sister? Can you marry your therapist? Who cares? I wanted her to know my secrets. I wanted to tell her. I wanted her to teach me how to straighten my hair and shave my legs. I was already shaving my legs, but maybe I could learn again. Maybe I could learn better. Nikki, yeah, what? It's 8:50. Your time's up. Maybe you'll tell me more next time. I went home and I couldn't sleep. I was all revved up for some reason, but when I reached for my usual sleep aid and turned it on, all I could think about was, Veronica? No, I thought, you can't masturbate to your therapist. That's like getting off to a priest or your dad or someone online who actually might be under 18. It's just wrong. But then I thought, well, what if you imagined her with someone else? That might be kosher. So I pictured her with her banker boyfriend, and the vibrations began. Oh, Veronica! Oh, Veronica! Oh, Veronica! Pork bellies are up! I woke up with a mental hangover and couldn't believe what I'd done. Is it okay to fantasize about your therapist screwing an imaginary man? I tried to blow it off. so to speak. But the next time I saw her, the feeling was stronger. I found that I'd dress up for our sessions and put makeup on in the car with a mirror. I crossed my legs on her couch, and when I cried, I tried to make it look sexy, like Demi Moore in Ghost. Now, mind you, this was not helping my actual therapy. But I was drawn to her. I was curious. And I would skew the conversation away from my fear of intimacy and ask questions like, how are you? And are you single? But she refused to answer. For some reason, she saw therapy as one-sided. I know, it's ridiculous. Didn't she know I cared about her and was truly concerned about her well-being? But she remained stoic, emotionless, and that only got me hotter. I love unavailable women. I could not accept this veil of secrecy. I had to know more about this therapeutic goddess/enigma. And I knew just where to go. See, there was a new web page in the midst, and they said it was magic. It went by a strange name, but provided amazing results. They called it Google. I call it socially sanctioned spyware. Now, despite its many followers, Google is an evil little bitch. Sure, it may help you find a restaurant or learn about plate tectonics, but other than that, it is most definitely the devil's playground. I mean, what happened to the good old days when, if you wanted to spy on an ex, you had to casually ask your friends about them, or drive by their house, or hang off a tree peering into their bedroom while they slept? Life was so much simpler back then. But there I was, sitting in front of that page, and despite my best efforts, it worked its hypnotic powers on me. I typed her name in, and what popped up was boring. Veronica Bloomenfeld, licensed clinical social worker. Veronica Bloomenfeld, practicing under Longpre, blah, blah, blah. Tell me something I don't know, Google. But then, there it was in black and white. A gossip site listing my Veronica as the ex-girlfriend of a famous actress? No. My Veronica's dating an investment banker. I know it. I fantasized about it last night, and it was good. But the links continued, one site after the other, with photos and blurbs. Oh my God, my Veronica's a lesbian? Oh my God, maybe she'll love me. I went in on Tuesday at 8 p.m. dressed to the nines in my motorcycle jacket and green Doc Martens. I looked hot and terrified. And it took me about 49 minutes to finally say a word. I Googled you. What? Yeah, I Googled you and I found out that you're a lesbian. Her eyes widened like, they didn't teach me how to handle this shit in grad school. And then she uttered the standard therapeutic response when they have no idea what else to say. So, how does that make you feel? Oh, it's not about me. It's about you. I love you. You love me? A little bit, and I fantasized about you with your boyfriend, which apparently you don't actually have. Oh, look, time's up. Gotta go. She pulled her skirt way down over her knees and tried to look professional. This is called transference, Nikki. We'll talk about it next week. But in the meantime, no Googling. I promised, but the seed was sown, and I couldn't help but think about Veronica. I mean, she was gay, sexy, and Jewish. My perfect match. Or the best camp friend I never had. Nevertheless, I kept my word, and things were going very smoothly, until one night when I was up late, binging on Ben & Jerry's and channel surfing on Cinemax. And there on the screen was a movie starring her ex. Are you kidding? I watched, inspecting this woman. The mole on her face, the shape of her boobs, the size of her ass, and thought, I am way hotter than her! The credits rolled, but it was like a drink to an alcoholic. One is too many, 1,000, never enough. I wanted more, so I grabbed my crackberry and started Googling Veronica all over again. I found out where she was from and where she went to school, and thanks to this new gizmo called Friendster, what kind of music she liked. Stop, Nikki, stop, put the mouse down, but I couldn't, and in one final stroke of glory, I located the exact street address of her home. That night, I fell asleep in a stalkery coma and woke up in a guilty haze. Oh my God, what did I do? I'll go to her house and apologize. No! So the next session, tail between my legs, I told Veronica I had fallen off the wagon, and thus began a larger conversation about projection and boundaries. The next time I Googled her, she said, would be the end of our relationship. Our relationship? Our therapeutic relationship. I had been seeing Veronica for about 3 years now, but I started to wonder whether I was paying $31 for a platonic lay or a therapist. Nevertheless, I agreed. I put signs up over my work area that read DNGV, do not Google Veronica. I even e-typed it to my BlackBerry, my bathroom mirror, and the inseam of my motorcycle jacket because it did remind me of her. I was going on 1 year stalking sobriety when I was at Real Food Daily meeting a musician for dinner on a project. We'd never met before, and I wanted to impress her. The conversation turned to dating. She asked what I was looking for, and I told her a nice Jewish girl. Perfect, she said. Let me text my friend Amanda. She lives right around the corner, and she may know someone for you. You'll love her. She's a costume designer, really funny, and her girlfriend Ronnie is a therapist on the lawn. All of a sudden, as I was about to order the vegan meatloaf, the walls began to vibrate, and my vagina is that low thumpy thing it does. Ronnie, DeLongtree, therapist. I'm staring at this stranger across from me, wondering how I can ask if that Ronnie is my Veronica without coming across like a total freak show. Hey, this is kind of weird, but Amanda's girlfriend, her real name isn't Veronica, is it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. By any chance, is her last name Bloomenfeld? Totally, you know her? I stare at the slab of overpriced wheat shit congealing on my plate. See, the thing is, Amanda's girlfriend is actually my therapist, so I can't be here if she comes. You know, it's a whole conflict of interest kind of thing. Oh my God, that is so funny. Well, don't worry, she didn't text me back. Oh, what a small world. And we laugh and we eat and dig into my meatless loaf, and I breathe a sigh of relief when all of a sudden, a perky blonde in horn-rimmed glasses and black Converse shoes starts waving wildly from the front of the restaurant. Nikki, that's Amanda. Holy fucking shit. I've gotta go, but I can't move. I'm frozen. And up walks Amanda. Hey, I'm Amanda. Oh my God, that meatloaf looks awesome. My stomach falls to the floor. Here, have mine. And so Amanda begins plunging her fork into my plate and telling us both about the fight she had with her girlfriend over which sperm donor to use and the digestive problems of their cat. I sit there mute, praying for this night to be over. Maybe it was time to read the signs, and not just the DNGV ones posted all over the place. Maybe it was time to see a therapist whose girlfriend I did not just dine with, whom I did not feel the need to impress, whom I didn't want to fuck. At the next session, I tell Ronnie, Veronica, I have some news. She tells me the same. Oh, you first, I go, you first. Okay, I'm taking a short leave of absence to learn a new kind of therapy. It's all about projections. You'll love it. I'll be back in 3 weeks. What's yours? Oh, nothing, I say. A break will be good. I started going to this therapist in the valley. She's about 65, married. She sees clients out of her house, comes to work in her gardening clothes, and drives a beat-up Honda. And I am totally not attracted to her. It's been about 3 months. We're doing some really good work. And I could have sworn last week she wore a pair of meds.